Need cheap coins right now? Check out redzonecoins.com. For the very best discount available, use code DIRECTOR for 20% off. Hold up. 20% off? That's cheaper than any other YouTuber. Big ups to redzonecoins.com. Use code DIRECTOR. Yo, brothers, what's up? It's the Director. Madden Ultimate Team fans, these are some of my favorite videos to put out on this channel. We're going to be going over the first look at most feared for Madden 21 Ultimate Team. As always, these are custom cards that I designed myself to kind of give you guys an idea of what these promos can look like and the kind of players that I would choose to put at the forefront of these promos. And guys, most feared is coming a lot sooner than some people think. They think, oh my god, it's a Halloween promo. Well, it actually starts in the middle of October. Last year, this promo launched, I think, October 17th, which would put it around a week from Friday when we should start seeing the first drops of content for most feared. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys all the epic predictions of who I think is going to be getting a card, and it should be a good one. Before we get started, guys, hit us up with a like and sub if you do enjoy this content. Small amount of time you guys take to hit the like, sub, and bell notification helps me out a lot. Let's get into this video. Lights, camera, action. Most feared, I would say a lot of people would say this is probably one of the best promos in the Madden season, and it's because we're gonna get a lot of different cards. In years past, they do separate them in different categories like scary fast, scary strong. I'm gonna kind of follow that formula from last year, but just know that there's gonna be a lot of cards that usually come out with this promo, and they may be splitting up into two parts. But without further ado, guys, we're gonna start from the lowest cards and make our way up to the top, starting with the man in Buffalo, Josh Allen. Now, Josh Allen is going to be one of 4 of these 90 overall cards. They called him nightmare players last year, and Josh Allen has been having a crazy good season this year, man. He really is one of my favorite quarterbacks in Madden Ultimate Team because he does offer you a couple of really important things when it comes to passing and running. Of course, he's got some of the best throw power that you're going to find in the game, but does come with some good speed too. So maybe at some point he does get escape artist and things like gunslinger and hot route master. So Josh Allen's going to be the first card on this list. Next up, we do have an honorable mention. I have to say it, man, one of my favorite players in the NFL right now, Justin Herbert. Now, this is the only honorable mention on this list. I put Herbert here because I feel like EA is giving upgrades to rookies more often than not. And honestly, being a Chargers fan, being super hyped at seeing how good Justin Herbert has turned out to be in his first month of football, I wanted to give him a nod, man. 90 overall, a lot like Josh Allen. That's why he's the honorable mention here. He's got the speed, he's got the huge arm, and he would be an awesome addition, man. It's really 1A and 1B when it comes to Josh Allen and Justin Herbert. Next up, a card that I cannot believe doesn't have a huge overall right now, Alvin Kamara. Now, you guys remember Alvin Kamara. I did a custom card for him a couple of weeks ago. He still hasn't gotten an upgrade. I really feel it's time, man. Alvin Kamara's been killing it out there. He's definitely one of those guys that you consider a nightmare player to go up against. I know this because we're about to face him next week when the Chargers do play the New Orleans Saints, and I'm terrified of what Alvin Kamara could do to our defense. So Alvin Kamara's gonna get the nod for another 90 overall. Next up, we got a new addition to the Philadelphia Eagles, Darius Slay. Now, I'll be honest, guys, I don't know how well Slay is playing this year, but at the same time, I kind of wanted to balance out some of the other cards that we're going to be getting that I'm going to be showing here in a minute. And I feel like Darius Slay is one of those cornerbacks that's going to give you a chance versus some really good wide receivers because he does have the speed and really good coverage stats. So I feel like Darius Slay would be an important one. I feel like Eagles fans and Lions fans would be very happy to see him come back to dominance in the game. And honestly, I feel like with what I have in store later, we're going to need Darius Slay. Next up, following that theme, we got the man from Minnesota, Anthony Harris. Now, Anthony Harris, we do need some more help at free safety. I think Dawkins right now is the best in the game, and honestly, he's not crazy too expensive, but if you want somebody even cheaper that could hold down the fort at free safety for you, I think Anthony Harris is definitely one of those guys that's been building up over the last couple of seasons, and I would definitely feel like he deserves a nod in this prediction video. Next up, let's move up to the 91s. Now, these players were called Cauldron Masters. These are cards that you got for playing solos. So let's go ahead and get our first one off the board here, the man from the Broncos, Von Miller. Now here we start getting into the names that we expect to see get upgrades. Von Miller has an 86 in the game right now. He's not playing this year, so it's going to be promos like Most Feared that you're going to see him get the nod. And honestly, man, when you're talking about Most Feared, Von Miller, again, I would know. I play him up against him twice a year. He's definitely one of those dudes that definitely stands out. And 91 overall would be a really good bump for this card. So Von Miller's going to get the nod here. Next up, we had to include this 49er, especially this one that absolutely deserves an upgrade right now. George Kittle. Now, I think I made a card for Kittle not too long ago, but dude, Kittle to me is the best tight end in football. It really is 1A, 1B with him and Kelsey, but the more I watch Kittle, the more he is separating himself from the pack as like the best tight end in football. Definitely need to represent that in Madden Ultimate Team as well. He's got the speed, he's got the blocking, very much so the best tight end in the game when he does get an upgrade. So George Kittle's gonna get the nod for a 91. Next up, let's get into the 92s. These are the players that were labeled scary, fast, strong, etc. Starting with the man that diced up the Chargers last week. Tom Brady going to represent the scary sharp master in this video. I mean, really, who's scarier in the league? Who has the more, Super Bowl rings in the league than Tom Brady? So I felt like he was a great player to represent this spot. He only has like an 84 in the game right now, I think. So I do feel like it's time for an upgrade to him. He'd definitely be one of the best, if not the best pocket passer in the game. Not everybody likes running pocket passers, but if you do, definitely pick up a Tom Brady once he does get the update. Next up, the man representing our scary strong player. Aaron Donald. I don't think it's to many people surprised that I chose Aaron Donald. When I think of pure strength in the NFL, it almost always comes back to Aaron Donald. Did you guys see that play a couple weeks ago where he shoved those two linemen at the same tall? They just went flying like rag dolls. Yeah, that's why Aaron Donald, I feel like he always needs to be one of the most dominant edge rushers in the game, and I feel like Most Feared is probably the most appropriate place to give him the bump. Next up, possibly the most coveted card in this entire promo, at least one of them, representing the scary fast category. Tyreek Hill. Who'd you guys think I was going to choose? Outside of Tyreek Hill, who really does represent pure speed in the NFL? Hill is going to be one of those game-changing cards that drop in a promo like Most Feared, going from 87 overall all the way up to 92 overall. That's a game changer, man, because he already had really good speed with that overall. If you're talking about +5, he could easily be in the 94 speed category, and that's where things really transform in the game. Tyreek Hill once again plants his flag as the most deadly player in Madden Ultimate Team, and I feel like it's probably coming with this promo. And finally, I want to show you guys who I've got pegged as the Masters, starting with another wide receiver that would absolutely break the game. Randy Moss. Now, I know what you guys are saying. We're going to get Hill and Moss in the same promo. I mean, it's absolutely possible. Imagine if we got Hill and Moss at the same time, guys. Really, everyone would have to go upgrade their cornerback position and the safety positions immediately because Moss and Hill would be absolutely insane. Now, Randy Moss has been part of the Most Feared program in the past. He hasn't gotten a legend yet, which is kind of what's leading me to believe that they're probably saving him for something like Most Feared, maybe even Christmas. But I do think it's time that Randy Moss makes his appearance into the game. I'm going to go ahead and say that it's with the Most Feared promo. He's definitely going to be one of the most expensive cards in Madden Ultimate Team because he offers you just so much when it comes to the position. He'll win you games by himself. And last but not least, our master for the defensive side of the ball. This one was highly requested by you guys on Twitter. Bam, bam, Cam Chancellor. It's been a while since Cam Chancellor's been in the game, obviously retiring a couple years ago, and we haven't really seen him since. I feel like it's time to bring him back into MUT, because exactly when you're talking about the scariest players in football, Cam Chancellor was one of those guys that you did not want to mess with. You get within even a little bit of his territory, he's going to knock your head clean off, man. So I feel like Cam Chancellor, he's going to be tall, he's going to be fast, he's going to have crazy good hit power. I would love to see Cam Chancellor come back into the game via Most Feared and just be one of those names that comes back into Madden and be like, wow, that's why Madden 21 was so good. We got all these players back in MUT at the same time. Well, that's all I've got for my predictions in this card art video, guys. In the comment section below, let me know who you would like to see get a card through the Most Feared program. If you guys liked some of these cards in particular, don't be afraid to take a screenshot and post it on Twitter. Give people a sneak peek. As always, I'll be posting these cards all on Twitter in the next week or so you guys can get a high-res look at them as well. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been The Director. Hit us up with a like and sub on your way out if you do enjoy this content. And also be sure to hit up the merch store right underneath this video if you guys want to pick up a Stay Frosty crew or other t-shirt. Guys, again, thank you so much for your support on this channel. We'll see you next time. This has been The Director, and as always, bolt up and stay frosty.